morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
All right, Swifties, 1 hour from now, we have got the ultimate Taylor experience for you.
Okay, my friends, it's a chance for you to go to the Eras Tour. It's 2 round-trip tickets, 2 nights hotel, $500 of spending cash, and, of course, 2 tickets to the Eras Tour when she comes back between Miami, Indianapolis, or New Orleans. So in an hour from now, we'll give you the keyword, the first one of the day, because we share 4 keywords a day. Those times are 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. So you can get closer to the Eras Tour. Plus, Taylor Swift's latest album sold 1.6 million units in a single day, including 600,000 vinyl copies. It has now put the Tortured Poets department on track to become one of the highest-selling music releases since Nielsen even began taking the album sales records in 1991. 1.4 million of those 1.6 albums, 1.6 million albums, came from traditional format sales like CDs, cassettes, vinyl.
Wow.
An unusual feat in a country where streaming is the dominant form of music listening.
I think Swifties want to have it in hand. They want something tangible. I mean, there is nobody in the world doing what she's doing. Nobody sells those kind of album numbers anymore.
I don't think anybody has a fan following like hers to do that.
Even Beyonce's album would sell 168,000 copies in a week, not in a day.
In a day, 1.6 million?
Gone are the
That's
days
insane.
of selling 2.1 million albums in a week.
The Britney Spears NSYNC type stuff.
When NSYNC did that with no strings attached,
Backstreet Boys.
2.1 million in a week.
20 years ago, you didn't have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of performers and
it was
artists and
Napster.
bands.
And that would just destroy your computer.
Oh, yeah. It was not worth getting the free songs. I think I destroyed 3 computers.
The Tortured Poets
The
department.
LimeWire.
Hey, it is so hot behind the
That's
scenes.
You had that one too?
I was just gonna. We can talk into each other's ears, and I said to Kev, I was like, "Was it LimeWire that I used?"
Yeah,
to
that was
use?
LimeWire.
Yeah.
That's what I used.
I was gonna
I'd
say-
never heard of the other one you just said.
Napster.
That was
Napster.
before. And it was great because that's when it was hard to find. Well, it's always been hard to find the club remixes. But as an early DJ, I was like, yes, thank you. Here they are.
You would wait forever for it to download,
Yeah,
and then
it'd take a long
sometimes
time.
it'd be like a real tinny, crappy
Oh, it'd
one.
be a
You're
bad,
like, oh.
bad recording. You got to get at least 360, not a 128.
Speaking of something thin, I found this website and I made something. I'm going to play it here in a second. I'm going to tell him how to put it on Vox Pro
Okay.
so he can play for you guys.
I think the
Box
heat
Pros
may
are
have, the heat
machinery in here that's not melted.
Yeah.
The heat has melted. The phone lines has melted
We
everything.
had to reset it there because we forgot the power went out Friday. So
Oh.
I know you have some listener lines. Play
yeah.
those, and I'm going to get a mod to play these funny songs I
Okay.
made. They're not funny. They're just different. I'll
Here's
show
some
you.
Look at Me Now. So here we go. Look at Me Now on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Growing up, my grandma put me down a lot, called me fat. My grandma used to say I was like a cow because, cows have multiple stomachs. She would call me a prostitute because if I had a boyfriend, things like that. My grandma used to say I would never get married. Nobody's ever going to want me. And then when I got with my now husband, she was like, oh, he's never going to marry you. He'll never marry you, things like that. Well, we did get married, and we have 2 beautiful kids, and I'm a lawyer now. My grandma, when she met my oldest son, she called him stupid because he was coloring, and he colored a little bit on her table, and she was so upset about it. And she hasn't seen him since because we don't allow her to. And then she's never met my youngest. There's my Look at Me Now. I'm a lawyer, and I'm married, we have 2 beautiful kids, and I don't ever talk to my grandma anymore.
Good. You shouldn't cut that toxicity out of your
What is
life.
with that? There is no... Oh, wait, just excuse it. They're older. No, that is ridiculous. You don't tell children they're stupid or they're prostitutes because of how they... come on. Just do better, people. I'm glad she cut her out. Look at you now.
I'll
All right, what's the
say
next one?
parental advisory on this. Apparently, this coach really said some mean things to this woman's daughter.
My daughter in high school, basketball coach screamed at her in front of all the students and called her nothing but a whore. Fast forward to now, my daughter is a graduate of UNT and is currently a 3rd grade teacher working on her master's degree. So, Coach Odom, shout out to you. I'll find you.
Oh, my God. Who yells that?
Called him out by name.
Yeah. She was really mad.
I mean, I've witnessed some
How can you call
ridiculousness on the
somebody
ball
a-
field
how
and
do you-
stuff, but not like I've seen coaches yell at their own kids like, if you don't feel like being here, then go home. And they're yelling
my
it to their own
gosh.
kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or if a kid gets hit by a pitch, the coaches on that team are like, yeah, that's how you do it. And then I remember all the parents
Oh,
were
my
excited,
God.
like, wait a second, what?
He's
Are they
encouraging,
telling them
like,
to
violence?
lean in to get hit? Like, it's just Coaches are different. As much as I love any human who has taken upon him or herself to volunteer,
donate their time,
and coach children, that is an amazing gift, and I've met angels doing it. However,
you always get a bad
there
apple.
are always weirdos out there that are yelling bad words.
My buddy
in
Brad,
bad
he
directions.
was the ninth hitter, and he was like just lean. He's like Altuve size compared to everyone else.
Told him to take a hit.
Yeah, just lean into it, man. Just lean into it.
Oh my God!
Take the hit.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Like I didn't mind getting hit. Didn't bother me. I thought it was like a badge of honor to get like a bruise.
It's not a badge when you get it in the face.
Well, I wasn't doing that, but I turned my back
Try to put your shoulder into it.
yeah, you gotta act like you're not.
Get like a
trying to
meaty
lean.
part of you that could take the hit a little bit.
Oh gosh, that's why I did theater.
You still get hurt there off the stage.
I want to hear
That's
this.
true.
I want to hear this song.
Oh,
you
these are
were
funny.
Talking about
Eric had me laughing so hard yesterday.
This is crazy.
I just gave it to Mud, and basically it's a computer thing. You just type something in. Like I typed in Roula and Ryan 104.1. I typed in point one. Caribbean. I put
Is it
Eric,
like a
Sam.
ChatGPT thing, or what is it?
I don't want to give it out,
Oh, okay.
but
Listen to what they do.
and in 20 seconds they make a song.
Oh, cool.
And then
You
I
put
did
keywords in.
it. Well, one you can write a little script, and
Okay.
then one I just put our name, keywords, and then I said create, and it made a song. It's funny because it does sound like K-pop people singing. It's really cheesy, but these are
computers.
these are computers singing this.
AI,
It's
okay.
about us. Which one are you doing first? The one that AI made?
I think number one is like the K-pop sounding one.
This is the one that I just typed in Roula and Ryan show, our names, and I think I just said like Heartbeat of Houston,
Okay.
and I said create.
I was driving and almost swerved off
It's
the
just
road when
hilarious
you
because
sent
this, and the old days you'd have to go like write something, have a band play it, perform
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Takes days. And
Jingle singers.
We had a CD that would make songs if you put our names in it,
Yeah.
but we'd have to send it off, and we'd get it like 5 days later, and then we played it on the air. With AI, of course, now it's
I just
instant.
laugh at this because it sounds like something from like we'd have a glass of a milk or a cup of
Yeah.
coffee, like looking at
Glass of milk.
It's cheesy. It's funny.
Okay.
Roula and Ryan, always on our mind. 104.1 KRBE, they keep us in line. From the mornings till the evenings, they're the best. Heartbeat of Houston, beats in our chest. Eric, Special K, Sam, and Matt too.
I'm mad.
And
They bring the laughter. Bring the groove.
I'm not quiet. We can hear you. You're on the air. Mic's up.
I forgot
to take out of the program.
We just can't compare. The Roula and Ryan Show, a Houston sensation.
Wow.
Tune into the heartbeat of our elation. They make us laugh, they make us smile.
That's fun.
Isn't that funny how it does that?
I
That
think
is
it's
something.
great.
There are
That's so
so many
weird.
musicians right now like, oh my
But
God,
that's
AI is taking every job in the world.
They even do different genres. Like if I want to do
Music.
Cookie
Monster
Monster,
Rock, you can do reggae.
that's right.
Play the next one. This one is hopefully Ahmad's not talking on.
I'm not
his
in
boyfriend.
program. I thought I
Yeah.
took it out of program.
But this one I just
But
wrote.
also-
This one I just wrote everything, and then it turned into a
But
song.
Ryan, why was this making you laugh so hard? You said you were laughing so hard in the
I
car.
was just
Why-
laughing at it.
is
It's
that
like,
funny?
this is so clever and silly.
Yeah, I think it's-
I'm behind the wheel of the car.
It's actually not bad.
And Eric sent this to me, and I'm like, oh my God,
I mean,
this
if you
is brilliant.
think if you could really write a song,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I bet it might turn out like where it would.
Like Kevin, you should write something for like even after Roses. You know how you do your song. You could
Oh,
write
text tunes.
text tunes.
It wouldn't know how to poke fun without a little bit of prompting.
So you could do it, but you do like 2 verses is all it can really handle. So
Yeah, I
it's
signed up
about-
for the app immediately after you sent this.
Yeah, I think it was like $8 for a
What's
month.
the, do you
Oh,
want
that's
to say
not
what that
bad.
app is?
I have to look it up
Okay.
again.
Oh, I've got
So
it.
let's hear the second
Special
verse.
K is
You
here.
actually wrote a script for
The
this.
best part, because in the whole thing I put Eric, Special K, Sam, and Ahmad too. And then put it in
Let's
there.
see how AI brought it up.
Ryan Show is the #1 morning show in all of Houston. We also have Eric, Special K, and Sam on the show.
Yep.
Oh yeah, don't forget. I'm not every morning talking to you. We love to air our drama from roses to revenge. There's nothing better than hearing the Roula and Ryan Show. Every morning I'm hearing.
did a good job on that.
Yeah, that was cute.
Isn't that weird? But the last one, this one reminds me of like a commercial we should do a parody of this because it looks like something that we'd watch from the 90s, like
Okay,
a radio
let's hear
show.
Let's hear it.
It's the same.
Roula and Ryan Show is the
Oh my gosh.
Eric Special K and Sam.
It sounds like Vacation Bible School sing-along song.
Yeah. Vacation Bible School?
Yeah, Vacation Bible School has this whole like group that it sounds just like it.
To you. We love to air drama from roses to revenge. There's nothing better than hearing the Roula and Ryan show every morning on 104.1 KRBE, the heartbeat of Houston.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like this
very
part right here.
VBS.
That part
That's
with
very
the beat and
VBS.
stuff.
Now I want to know what Ahmad was saying. He's like, what do you
Yeah.
want,
I was-
baby?
He's probably like, I don't
You
know if
don't
I'm going
wanna
to get it right. No.
Yeah. You don't want to know.
Okay, so the website is suno.com, suno.com,
And you
suno.com.
can do freebies.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make a song about anything, your coworkers, and you can pick, like I said, country, ballad, slow stuff. You could do, it's crazy. I mean, think about, this is what it is now.
What's it going to
10
be
years
like in
from
10
now.
years?
It's a little scary.
Really scary. We think
It's
we're
a
getting
little
bad
scary.
misinformation now in the world.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a crap show.
How are you ever going to know who to vote for? Because everything is going to be fake.
Yep.
Everything. Scary world.
AI.
It is.
that
It's like the
movie,
Terminator.
AI?
All those
How many
singing
years
lessons
ago?
you're taking right now, I'm like, oh, man.
Who's the
No more
guy
singing.
now who's the dad in Scandal, Olivia's dad
Oh, yeah.
in Terminator 2 who created the Rise of the Machines?
You got the
And they had
hand.
to go back to him and say, you need to destroy that thing you created.
Yep.
Destroy it now.
Ruin humanity.
Go back in time. You've ruined us. All right, coming up next, we're going to have a Roula and Ryan's Roses update. Last week, it was... is it the widower? Is it the widow wife, or was that 2 weeks ago? I'm almost
No,
this heat
what
is
it was,
making me
it was,
forget
it
what
was
happened on Roses
Cathy and
last
Steve
Thursday.
and Allie. So Kathy took
Oh, the
Steve
cousin
to a
from the
family
barbecue.
reunion,
Right, the barbecue.
and Allie and Steve were flirting, so we patched them together,
Yeah, the
listened in
patching.
on their conversation, and sure enough, they were cheating.
If you missed what happened last Thursday, we'll give you the recap because clearly I needed one. There's the heat in the room is making me crazy. And then we'll get an update with Cathy and find out what she did over the weekend regarding the big cheat she found out about. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
We're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, parental discretion is advised. Kathy thought that her boyfriend Steve was messing around with her cousin Allie. They were at a barbecue together, and they were just super flirty together, so she wanted to do a patch-in.
The patch-in is where we just have both of the phones rolling. Like, we'll call one phone, we'll call the other phone, they ring, ring, ring. So when one picks it up, it's happened before where the other person just hung up when they didn't hear anything.
I
But
got the idea of years ago, Kevin would do prank calls with pizza places. He'd call
make
one
two
pizza
pizza
place.
places talk to each other.
maybe hello, and then they start talking. What do you want? Oh, what do you want?
There's a
Some
little
pizza.
disorientation at first, but then they start chatting, and you're like, oh.
So Allie is Kathy's cousin, and there was a family barbecue reunion. It was like a big barbecue, and so there's a lot of people there, and Steve starts talking to Allie, and then Kathy notices Steve and Allie talked for a long time at that barbecue, and then she started seeing signs and things that were making her feel uncomfortable, as if they had been in touch when they should not have been in touch. So she wanted us to patch them together to see what they would say to each other if they realized they were on the phone together and incriminate themselves. And that's exactly what they did. Here's where we're picking it up from the recap from last Thursday when we did the original patch-in, and we had the phones dialing, and we're all standing by waiting to hear what happens.
Hello?
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 Is this Steve?
Hey, Allie? What number
Yeah.
are you calling from?
Wait, I don't know. I'm not calling you. It says restricted on my end. I thought you called me.
No.
That's weird. What are you doing?
I'm working. What are you doing?
Just hanging out. What are you doing this weekend?
Well, I hope I'm hanging out with you this weekend.
Of course.
Maybe Friday.
I'm free Friday if you think you can. Yeah, okay.
And you going to wear that sexy red dress?
Well, I mean, you got it for me, so of course.
Nice.
What do you want to do?
Let's grab some drinks.
Okay.
Yes, grab some dinner, grab some drinks.
Do you think that it's a good night to go back to your place too, or do you think that?
No,
okay.
that's fine. That's good. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Well, I had some plans with friends, but I'll cancel them to see you.
I hope so. I would cancel anything to see you.
Okay.
Oh, I think we got enough.
I think that is it.
Hey, guys.
Kathy, you have to say something.
What the heck is going on? I'm hearing all of this because I called to potentially do roses, but they have this thing called patching where they connect the two of you via phone call, and might incriminate yourself, and you did.
You're on the Roula and Ryan show. You're on 104.1 KRBE. You're on the radio right now. Kathy, you just heard. Yeah.
Allie, are you still there? Allie, are you still there?
I mean, I'm here. I'm just really confused as to what's happening right now.
Yeah, because you guys thought y'all called each other, and you did not. It's actually the Roula and Ryan show that called you guys.
What the heck is going on? Like, what's wrong with you? Both of you. I mean, Steve, you're 30. She's 21. She's practically a child, and she's my family. Like, you're hanging out with my family?
She's not a child. It's not that big a difference, first of all.
Right, you're fighting over that part?
I can't believe you're cheating on me with my family.
Like I said.
She's hot?
Yeah, he's not denying.
Okay, wait, I will ask a question for Kathy, because I know there's a lot of emotion going on here.
Allie, have you been sleeping with Steve?
I mean, I don't think that's any of the radio's business, but, you know, I don't think I really owe Cathy an explanation. Like, if he was, you know, happy with her, this wouldn't be happening.
He's with somebody. Like, don't be going around having sex with other people's boyfriends.
But do you even want to be with him now? I know it's 2 years into the relationship.
No, absolutely not.
Look at he hung up. He's a coward.
Steve is gone.
Okay, well, your instincts were right, and they're 100% messing around, and it doesn't sound like there's any shame in their game at all. Allie doesn't care that it's your boyfriend because she's not that close with you as a cousin.
Seriously, like, what is going on? Why would she be going around and having sex with other cousins' boyfriends? Like,
I don't know what's going to happen to you next, Kathy, but I really hope to hear about it in a couple days so we can kind of help you wrap up this whole situation, okay? I'm really sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. This was insane, and, like, I can't believe it.
We were also shocked how calm she was, you know?
Right. Because, you know, it is... You know, you come to our show and you know what you're here for, but
everybody
many
processes
times we always
things
say, like,
differently.
hey, I just didn't really think it was going to happen, and here it is happening. So we want to know what happened. Since that phone call, Kathy is back on the line with us, and we thank her for joining us again. Let's welcome her now. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. Hi. How are you guys?
Kathy, we're fine. You know,
how are you?
We were all kind of shocked because you were very laid back. You know, your reaction, you weren't like furious with him.
I think I was just frustrated and like I'm in shock. And I talked to them recently, both of them. My cousin Allie was just like, oh, I like him. I mean, he just buys me stuff and, like, I get free drinks. And I'm like, okay, great. You get free things from this idiot.
You've had a 2-year relationship with the man.
Yeah.
But she didn't have any remorse, though. Like
nothing. And she wanted to use him. And
so she doesn't want a relationship with him then?
No, absolutely not.
She didn't say sorry?
No remorse.
How about with Steve?
No, he was just like, I can't help who I love. Like, we met.
He loves her?
Yeah. I'm like, you just met her?
Oh, he loves the fact that it's new and different is what he loves.
Right. Yeah. In 6 months, he's going to be like, oh, wait, I actually have to do work, talk to this person. And it's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
He has no idea that she's using him.
As soon as the money dries up.
Yeah. Does he have any clue? Or did you say to him, she's just using you to buy stuff? That's what she told me. Did you say that to him at all or no?
At that point, I was like, you know what? He's made his bed.
Yeah. Why would you want to help him anyhow? Let him get bilked for all that money.
I'm not going to help this guy. He cheated on me. Like, he lied to me.
And you know what? If a guy can actually mess around with a family member, then chances are he's done this before.
Speaking of your family, did you talk to your mom and dad or your aunt and uncle?
Yeah, I talked to my mom about it. I know that if I need news to get around, I just tell my mom.
Your mom is the town crier for the family. So what'd she say? What was her reaction?
She was just like, oh, my God, I knew it. She seems like a little slut.
Every family's got one.
And if you don't, it's you. No,
oh, my God.
So your mom wasn't a fan of Cousin Allie in the first place, and she's not surprised Cousin Allie has stolen your man.
Yeah, everybody's going to know about it.
She's bilking him. She's going to get what she wants out of him, and then she's going to toss him aside when he stops spending money.
How did your mom tell you to handle it?
She's like, you better not be with him. And I was like, oh, absolutely not. Like, we were talking about moving in, and that is not happening.
Wash your hands of the situation. Let him pay. He'll pay for it. Trust me.
It sucks though. 2 years of your relationship, your life, 2 years.
Yeah, and did you guys think that? I mean, you said you're 29, he's 30. At 2 years, you're probably talking about marriage or thinking about your future and
kids.
where it's going to go. Had y'all talked about any of that stuff?
Absolutely. Like, I'm moving towards having children and getting married, and I don't commit to people I don't think are worthy of that. And apparently he's shown his worth. I just wish he would have shown it 2 years ago.
Unfortunately, this happened. However, you are not a newlywed. You are not married with kids when this happened. Your cousin stole him while y'all were dating, and now it gives you time to clean the canvas and start fresh with somebody else, but not right now. Take some time for yourself.
I just hope he doesn't
I'm just saying
get your cousin pregnant or something. Then he's in the family somehow.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, God, you'd have to see him forever.
Yeah.
You could just avoid that part of the barbecue.
Oh, that would be awful.
So, well, listen, best of luck to you, whatever happens, Cathy, for your future. I'm glad that you now know who Steve really was and that Allie is just using him. He doesn't even know it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I got a lot of grief after that, remember, because I was hung up on the age.
Yeah, 30 to 21. It was like, okay, that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So they got together, but...
And I was projecting because my daughter's dating somebody that's a little bit older. He's not dating a 42-year-old. You're just trying to make my blood boil. First of all, it's boiling in the studio right now. It's like 96 degrees. Now you're trying to have me have a heart attack. But, man, people were going after me.
Well, she doesn't really tell you the age. That's why we like to troll you. Okay.
Hey, y'all, this message is for Ryan. Ryan, we get it. You don't like your daughter dating someone that's 9 years older than her, but based on information you always say about your daughter, she's more matured for her age than most 21-year-olds. So it would make sense for her to date someone that is equally matched in her intelligence. So I don't know why you have such a darn problem with your daughter dating someone that's only 9 years difference in age. Do you want her to date someone that's not mature enough to handle what she has going on in her life? She wants to be with someone that's intelligent like her? I'm just saying, why are you so focused on the 9-year age difference? He's 30, she's 21. OMG. Grow up. Jesus, my goodness. You're so in a hissy fit, but the guy she's dating could be your future son-in-law and your future father of your grandkids. Don't focus so much on age. Who cares? People date, they're 15, 17, 20 years difference. Grow up, Ryan.
First of all,
Ryan, you're part of the problem.
I'm with Ryan.
He's 35.
It doesn't matter if
He's
they're the same
35.
age as a dad, and you don't want to think about your daughter dating these guys anyway.
Here's a short one.
I just wanted to say to Ryan about his daughter dating somebody that's 30. When I first started dating my now husband, I was 20 and he was 29. We got married. I was 21. He was 30. And 33 years later, we are still together. So it can work. Anyway, good luck with everything.
I don't care because in 33 years I'll be long dead.
I won't see their happiness.
I won't be here to see that happiness.
As long as he makes
That's the
her
worst part.
happy.
You don't get to see that part. You get to see all the other stuff. You don't get to see the ending.
Do you guys agree with that phrase? As long as they're happy. No, it's wrong. It's wrong.
All I can
Don't
say
date a
is
55-year-old man when you're 20. It's
I want to
wrong.
live long enough to see Roula's face when Matthew Jimmy brings home, when he's 24 and brings home a 35-year-old woman.
Right.
How Roula's going to react to
And
that.
I'd be like, oh, okay, well.
But if you react too much, then you push him away.
sugar baby.
Yeah. I'm like, well, it's fine. He's the third kid. We kind of
Yeah, but the
didn't
third,
pay
you're like,
attention anyway.
and it's a boy. Boys can, for some reason, do.
How would you
wrong.
feel if your daughter, when your daughter is like 24 and she brings home a 35-year-old guy, are you going to be okay with that, Eric?
I mean, it depends what he's doing. Like, he's 34 and he just plays video games, lives it with his
Well,
parents.
maybe he makes tons of money on Twitch playing video games.
Nah.
Still not
Maybe.
okay for you.
I just want to make sure he's got a good career and
His career's Twitch, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money
he's a
made
good
there.
businessman and he's up there making money and doing it. That's fine.
I don't know.
guess.
Business is old dad.
Yeah,
I just know that I got money.
That's what I'll do. I just play games.
I just
Smoke some
play
weed.
games. Am I supposed to be making money off this?
Oh, no. That'd be the worst. Making any money.
What?
Want your
I don't
kids
know.
to be
Age
happy.
differences are very interesting, and I know that we say, oh, there's all these people listening and that have all these long-term relationships, but for some reason, when it was a long time ago, when you had that age difference, it doesn't feel as judgy as like right now today.
Yeah.
Because, I think all of our parents, I don't know what y'all's parents' age differences were. My parents had a huge age difference, but
4.
they are a totally different animal
My
because
parents
it's
are
arranged.
kids. They were like 20 and 21 when they had me.
Yeah, my mom was
Well, that's why your mom and dad were
arranged
like,
marriage. Younger person, older person, time to get married. Let's go.
All right.
What girl in the village are we going to pick? Let's go.
Job, Jimmy.
I know, it's sidebar. I could do this on a podcast later, but my dad saw my mom on the bus when he was sitting with his brother, and he goes, who's that? And he's like, oh, you don't remember her? Oh, yeah. When you moved away to go to America, she was like, That's so-and-so's kid. So they get off the bus, they go meet each other, and it was so cold. My mom said, it's very bad form to not take your gloves off when you shake someone's hand. But she was so cold. She was like, I'm never going to see this guy ever again. Just, okay, nice to meet you. I'm out.
Kept the gloves on?
4 days later, they were basically engaged. Wow. 4 days later. Because he told his mom and dad, hey, I saw so-and-so on the bus. And they go, let's talk to her parents. And the parents go to her and say, hey, Alexandra, Dimitri's here from America.
And look at it worked. So who knows?
You want to marry him? I guess.
I guess.
America sounds fun.
Let's give it a shot.
Houston, Cowboys.
Let's get married.
Bang, bang.
All right, coming up next, Taylor Swift fans, you've done it again. It's an unstoppable force with the amount of real albums that Taylor has sold. Not streaming, real albums. The Swifties are all about old school stuff, including digital cameras from 2004. We'll explain next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, real quick, I want to remind you guys we're not too far away from the first keyword of the day for the Taylor Swift Eras Tour trip, and that happens at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. And as you know, her Tortured Poets Department album came out last Thursday night, and since that album hit, it has sold 1.6 million units.
Wow.
Well, that was just in the single day. It sold more than that, but 600,000 of those units were vinyl copies, and that puts the Tortured Poets Department on track to become one of the highest-selling music releases since Nielsen even began tracking album sales in 1991. Of the 1.6 million album equivalent units, 1.4 million are from traditional formats, like a CD or a vinyl, not streaming.
That's incredible.
Which is really unusual because we are a world of streamers now.
I think that Swifties want to have something tangible. They want something in their hand, like this is the album.
Or are they going to play a CD or a vinyl? That means they got to buy a turntable? That ain't cheap.
No,
they're
they're
not.
not.
Cheaper though. You get
They have
some.
really cheap ones.
They
They're
sell
like-
those cheap.
They don't sound that good.
No, the Crowleys, they don't sound that
still
great.
works. Gives you the
Like
same
at Urban
concept.
Outfitters, you
Yeah,
can get
those
one of
things,
those
they
like
kind of sound
kitschy
like
ones.
But now you
crap.
really want to win these tickets that we're going to be doing at 8.
Yeah.
Because is she going to play some of these songs? Is she going to take out certain songs?
Right.
Make
She's got a new album.
Make the tour longer, an extra 20 minutes to play like
to do
3
some
or 4
Tortured Poets
songs.
Department. And also, it was 1 year ago today and yesterday that she was at NRG Stadium last year for her Houston 3-night weekend, which last night my niece sent me a video of the phenomenon that is the tears that overwhelm you upon the come out on the stage. Because if you watch the Eras Tour on Disney Plus or wherever you may have seen clips of it, she comes out. It's actually the dancers come out with these giant, like, billowing feathers, for lack of better terms. It's like these giant canopy things that are kind of waving. It's in the color of the album Lover. And over that music that is coming out, it's her saying all the album names.
Oh, cool.
Like, I'm Taylor Swift and I was born in 1989. So when this happened in real life, my niece and my daughters, I think cued by my niece, because they're kind of like looking at her and they're taking the environment in, they all start crying. It's the weirdest phenomenon. They just start bursting into tears and they're crying their eyes out. And they just can't believe they're actually seeing her in person. But you kind of can't see her because she's behind all these feather
She's
billowers.
obscured by the feathers.
And then the next night, Eric's wife went with their 2 daughters. He sends me a video. I don't understand what's happening. I go, I know. It is the craziest thing. You're just so overwhelmed because you've been waiting for it for so long that you just start crying. Ahmad, when we sent you to the Renaissance tour for Beyonce, did you cry when Beyonce came on stage? Did you want to cry?
I cried
just the
enough
girl
when you
thing?
guys
you
bought
cried.
the tickets.
You didn't
Yeah,
cry, you
that
didn't
was
cry though
really
when you were there?
sweet.
Like when you
No,
saw
I
her,
was just so hype. I was ready. I had been
Ahmad,
listening to
damn
the
it.
album non.
We want our money back.
We spent all the money. We wanted tears.
I cried on the air. That's where it counts.
And do these guys constantly? I mean, do you put that on your resume? I was feather guy number 4.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna be
because
used
they
other
get
tours.
dancer tours. These dancers that have been with her for over a year, they get
Didn't Katy
other
Perry try
stuff.
to steal one of Taylor's?
That's what it was. The Katy
Bad
Perry
Blood was-
fight about was a dancer.
Yeah.
And shark number 4?
No, that was Left Shark. That's from Super Bowl.
Nobody wanted that shark.
That was different.
I don't want to
Okay.
that
Doing
one.
their own
And when
thing.
you are performing live, anything can happen. At the end of the Eras Tour movie, they show little clips of her through the cities of things that happened that you would not have seen because you weren't there. It was raining in a lot of these stadiums because they didn't have covers, or she fell, and then she made fun of her own self falling. A lot of actors speaking at engagements or musicians on stage will fall in some capacity for whatever reason. Luke Bryan has now been documented 3 times 3 different times, 3 different tours, falling on something.
He had a really good tumble.
Once he was just dancing, and then he slipped and fell flat on his back. Once he was dancing, and he fell off the stage. And this one is where he falls.
He slips on a phone.
Why did somebody throw their phone on the stage? I don't know. But he slips on somebody's phone, and then he makes it his own by focusing on who got that on
It was a good
video.
fall. One of those.
You'll hear,
he felt
you hear
good.
the
3
thunk,
feet in the air.
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't break your elbow.
like cartoon banana peel fall.
At least he didn't use his,
honey.
he used his wrist. That's how a lot of people break their wrists.
Exactly. So this is after the fall, because we have to fast forward it because there's a lot of yelling and because he's trying to make the best of it. And here's what he says to the audience when he gets the front row. All recorded it. Everybody in the front row. He grabs the phone from the front row.
Did anybody get that? All right. It's okay. Hey, my lawyer will be calling. All right, I got to see it. All right, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Here we go. Here we go. There it is.
There it is. He falls.
So he's showing the video again?
Smart, though. That's what you got to do. You got
to laugh it off.
Laugh at yourself.
Yep, self-deprecate.
Otherwise, because he was going to go viral anyway, at least he acknowledged it. Because he acted like, that didn't happen. That's all people are talking about. Oh, my God, he fell last night. He didn't fall. He didn't fall. Okay, so this brings up a good question to you guys coming up after the news. What made you cry uncontrollably? You did not expect it.
Like if I went to the Bourbon Trail, like my...
Look at all
my
that
Mecca.
alcohol.
There's a tear. Tears coming down my cheeks.
For me, that would be my thing. I could see. I'd probably start crying.
It's the birthplace.
My poor liver.
I'm going to see where Buffalo Trace is made. Hell yeah. I'd be
Not
crying.
the birthday of your children.
Time for the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Have you guys ever wondered why we don't have any New York-sized skyscrapers in Houston? Like they stop at 75 stories is the max that we have in Houston, Texas. And here's why.
Because they know where Houston would go bigger on purpose.
Probably sink.
No, here's the reason why. It was settled decades ago.
Airplanes?
When they built the J.P. Morgan Chase Tower, they were going to originally be in the 80s. They were going to have that building be like 80-plus stories. But they had to settle at 75 stories because the FAA, the Federal Aviation Agency, they analyzed at the time it was hazardous to air navigation because planes were landing at Hobby Airport and they often fly less than a mile from downtown. So that was the cap they came up with. 75 stories is as tall a building as you'll ever get in Houston, Texas.
That is 1,002 feet for those that want to know how tall that is.
That's big enough, especially with
Morgan Chase.
all these buildings being empty.
Yeah.
Nowadays, maybe that's good.
Including this one. Yep, I'm about ready to empty it right now. It's 900 degrees in here. Okay,
All right,
that's
coming
what's
up
going
next,
down in H-Town.
what is something that made you unexpectedly, uncontrollably cry? And okay, we're going to take that family stuff off the menu. Of course, you're probably going to be moved by like your child graduating or your child being born or your
an
parents.
event.
But an event like the Taylor Swift phenomenon, all these girls just crying. There's something that caught me off guard. I was so embarrassed. I was interviewing somebody and I started crying like an idiot. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just so excited to talk to you.
I cried when I got my first job in a big market with the guy that hired me. I look back and go, man, what an unprofessional wimp.
713-390-KRBE. What made you unexpectedly, uncontrollably shed tears? We'll hear from you next on The Roula and Ryan Show.